I've got my box of Bushcraft bits and bobs there. I'll just go through it and explain some of the stuff to you. We've got here a little Gerben multi-tool, pretty useful. This is something I picked up at work. This is some nice saw blades. If you look how thick that is, these are perfect for making knives out of, albeit a bit thin. I also quite like using files. I've heat treated this, which is a Farrier's file. So yeah, so this is the Farrier's file. So yeah, with a bit of work and filing, you can kind of make a little doofer like that. And then I added a handle to one, made a friction folder, so when it's folded in you've got a file like that, and when it's folded out it's a little knife. And theoretical legal carry, but like that, no, that becomes a fixed blade, I don't know. Yeah, so a little thing I've been playing with. Another little sneaky trick here for friction firelighting. A bearing. So use this on top of your spindle. So there you go. You hold that nice and tight, no friction. All the friction goes to the hearthboard. This is just something I carved while I was bored. Carved a few spoons as well. This one's still my favourite because it was the first spoon I ever carved. But I actually burnt this instead of carving the dip in it. Just sat there with an ember in it, blowing it and blowing it and blowing it. It was quite good. That's another one. I'm trying to make like a salad fork thing, but that was a complete disaster. And for some reason it's bending more and more and more the older it gets. So. I did pick up this yesterday in a little cooking shop. Nice little whetstone, and it's about 800 grit, so that should be pretty handy. And that was a £5. Then I picked up its big brother, which is like a combination whetstone. This was like 12 quid. Yeah, she's got a nice whetstone there, and that's, yeah, 800 and 240, which is quite nice. But it comes with a nice little base to sit in as well, so you can make your slurry up on top. Yeah, so I think that was about 12 quid, and the other whetstone was a £5, so I thought, yeah, I'll have some of that. Also got my collection of other oil stones. Yeah, another oil stone there. There's a meat cleaver. I've had this for years, from back when I was a butcher. I really want to rework it, rehandle it, and trying to get some of this damage out of it. Obviously, ground properly, ground wrongly, don't have it too sharp. But yeah, really need to sharpen that up, do some work on it. Another little baby, more of a Japanese, Chinesey type food prep little cleaver, but it's quite a nice little thing. Also had it for years. Yeah, needs some work, really does. It's not a bad little carbon steel knife. Got off Amazon. I think it's like $9.99 posted from America, but I just quite liked it because it was like a steak knife type thing, but not too big. Because usually steak knives you're talking, 12 inches long. But no, it's quite nice. Now this is good. This is a ceramic steel. So obviously, when you're sharpening. But what I found this is really useful for is this little beauty. Now this is a Ben Orford spoon carver. And a lot of people complain that they can't sharpen them properly, and what's the best way of doing it? And a lot of people say get a bit of doweling, wrap some sandpaper around it, wet and dry. But this actually works really nicely for getting inside the curve to take those burrs off. Once you've gone on a whetstone and sharpen the outside edge just to get the burr off in there, perfect for that. And that is a lovely little bit of kit, that is. Yeah, really impressed with that, and some brilliant steel as well. It really holds an edge. Obviously the Mora and my collection of Holtefors. Now, a lot of people will look at these and go, oh my god, why has he got such cheap nasty knives? But the problem is, where I was a butcher, I used to buy a knife for £5, use it till it was knackered, and then buy another one. I really like the Mora, brilliant little knife. But if I lose it in the woods, I'm not going to cry my eyes out. Same with this knife. Actually, I am so impressed with. I really abuse this. I knock the crap out of it, and I haven't broken it yet. That's the Holtefors Heavy Duty. Good little knife, quite like that. This is the plumber's one, which is a stainless steel blade, but it's got a little file on there, which is pretty handy. This is the safety one with the retard tip, which is quite good when you've had a couple of beers and you need to get your knife out. And this is just sort of the normal sharp one. Obviously gone rusty where I stuck it in the dishwasher, but who cares? It's like a £4 knife. That's them. Now, just for a giggle, I bought these off of Henny Hayes. I've stuck that's actually a wok handle, but I stuck it on there to give me something to hold on to while I was sharpening it. I picked these off of Henny Hayes in their knife market. They're like made in Pakistan. I thought they'd be quite good to practice putting handles on and stuff. Just haven't got around to it. But they're really cheap. I think this one was about £6. That's about a £5. That one's about £6. But they're actually quite nicely made. They say they're stainless. And they've been in my shed for a while, and there's not a spot of rust on them. So, but obviously, what grade the steel is dubious. Another Henny Hayes little purchase here. I actually quite like this. Normal multi-tool, but when out in the woods, this slides up like that, and then you've got a pair of secateurs, which are really handy. Cutting stinging nettles for cordage, things like that. Yeah, you can do it with a knife. You end up sticking your knife in the ground, but for something you can grab hold of a nettle with your gloves on, get a little nip in there, and all sorts of things. But yeah, the kind of secateur movement on there is useful, very useful indeed. But yeah, they need a bit of oil on them as well, so they've been abused. Now, this is a little thing I made the other day actually. Now this is a really cheap and nasty saw at a Poundland. and I was thinking I needed a finer saw. This is just rubbish, it's like tin foil. But what I actually did was get a tenon saw like this, cut it out with a stainless steel cutting disc, the 1mm ones. Yeah, cut it out, filed it up, cleaned it up, and that'll make quite a good little bone saw for venison or just a fine detail saw for dry wood. And I'm going to take this blade off, but I just stuck it on there to see if it worked as a double blader, but it just won't because it gets in the way, obviously, because it affects the grip. But obviously I'll keep that with me, my other, greenwood saws. So got here another multi-tool, some more little whittling bits, which is quite handy. I picked up these micarta handles. There was a guy who was selling them on the Bushcraft trade post on Facebook, and I thought, yeah, I can make a knife to fit them. So obviously these are going to be the template for whatever I decide to make into this. So that's the theory anyway. Now this broke my heart. This was the first knife I ever made, but it's more of a steel file rather than anything rough. I really wanted it for working on wood, so. But what I actually did was I heat treated it, filed it, did all the work on it. Decided to drill holes in it, which was just to make it look pretty and kind of as a thumb grip. It was going to be friction folder the same as this one, but then I heat treated it to harden it, and then cleaned the slag off, took it outside to look at it in the sun, and dropped it. So obviously where it was still, if you can see how crystallised it is, because I didn't get a chance to temper it in the oven, which would have made it hard and strong, not just hard and brittle. It's all a bit of a learning curve, and the old Zippo lighters, love taking them away in the woods. So yeah, that's sort of a bit of my my kit knife wise, and just something I can mess around with and make a video really. Now if I use this camera, I can film that. See, that's that camera there, which is my Galaxy S2 phone, which is still recording, and this is my little GoPro rip-off, which is an SJ4000. Only just got it. Great little bit of kit actually. Really like the wide angle lens on it because you can fit so much in. I've actually drawn a pencil line on the table here, so I know the size of it, which is pretty handy. Anyway, I'll stop babbling on. I'll see you later.